So when you come to this, and the best thing is, in a relationship, any relationship, that the man and the woman is on the same mindset. You see, last week we read over Adam, and when I went back, I was watching over the class, and I said, one component I missed out. And can anybody tell me what did I leave out? Started? Right? Can anybody tell me what I leave out? Hey, put them up. The Bible tells us that it was not Adam that sinned, right? It was Eve, right? Yes. But Adam never left Eve. Did Adam left?
No.
How much are you woman could have leave? Or find it as an excuse to leave? Think about it. Because some of you just looking for an excuse to leave. Oh, you cheat, I'm leaving. There is no man on this earth you will find that never cheat. It's natural, it's in man. So if you don't know, and maybe the deacons and you're free to talk, let me tell you. It's nature. Can? No. You have a phone? You have internet? Go get it. Let's finish some of your data. Can?
Yeah.
So now we find this world now where we have shamak appropriate, where we going through these turmoils and all these stuff in terms of, we see what the white man have going on, which his kingdom is finished. The white man kingdom is finished. It's finished. You see, it was in the paper Tuesday where the England just changed the president. So the new military advisor came in and said, England have to fight war within the next 3 years. And they called two country names. Which country they call? Russia and China. England population is 60 million people. So China population is over 1 billion people. So it's obvious England cannot stand to China in battle. Neither do Russia, because Russia is the biggest country in the world. Russia bigger than China. It's Russia, China, America, Canada, Brazil. That's the top 5 largest country in the world. So do you see what's taking place? And in the 60 million population in England, all of them are not military. China have the largest reserve in this earth. China have more people in the reserve than England have in the population. So when they came out and said, that's their business, that have nothing to do with us. Let them fight, let them destroy them one another, let them kill themselves. Do you understand what I'm saying? But the thing that you don't understand now, guess what? Ghana military going to have to join the war. That's what Commonwealth means. The British own you. So when the British go there and create a war, you have to go and defend the king rights, because he's a king now, right? King Charles now, right? So you have to go there and defend King Charles' right and then invest. So now you might get caught into a battle that you don't even know where you're going to war. And in terms of no matter what, they will lose. Can? So all of that, none of that is our priority. Our priority is to come back to ourselves, come back to the laws of God, and do what we know how to do. Because some of you like to eat steak, right? But you don't know to cut it and eat it. So let's go back to the basic in terms of your lifespan. Sister Bernard, stand. It's one of those class today. Number one, how long are you unclean when you have a son? Don't look at Deacon. Don't look at
I said, Mr. Oma, Mr. Banat, after you. Now, what's it? We said there, on no hour. And I said, I will buy a band one chimney beginning and this year. I bet no man into me then, once so. The question I want to have. 2 months. I bet 1 month to begin and this year. That would the man I would feel this.
2 months, 2 weeks.
Okay.
So 2 months, 2 weeks at 60 days, 74 days.
Yes.
All right. Sit. My hand, stand. How long are you unclean for when you have a girl, baby?
You will be sent there. Say, I will be a baby here. I'm
Yes,
going
stay
to
on.
month.
Get that. Tell her to move.
3 months.
3 months, so that's 90 days.
Yes. Me my just say we should be basa. That is in that Nkoko.
Okay. Sit. Next question I want to ask. Awar, stand. Because I think brothers know about woman than woman know about woman. When a woman gives birth, how long do you take to have sex with her, sir? 3 months. That's 90 days. Where did that from? Sister Maya, understand? Yes. You're not hearing her before. Nikita. I didn't want to ask Sister Joanna. Where is she? Sister Mikeda, stand. When a woman gives birth, how long before she has sex? 6 months. Well done. Sister Joanna, Shamak, explain. When a woman gives birth, how long does she take to have sex? Sit Deacon, sit Mikeda.
No, Misa. There. See this here. Oh, what? In that he would in that in Sana. If you are new here.
3 months.
3 months. Who tell you that?
Okay.
I did.
All right, sit. All right. Brothers, sisters, according to the Bible, how long should a man and a woman lie together after birth?
Yes, your Bible, man. In Biahi, in the Sibia, this year.
Not your own understanding, but the Bible gives guidelines for that. But pastor in the church don't teach you about these stuff, and I'm not a pastor. So let's discuss it. A year, Aisha. So now let me ask a question. So can a husband get an ex-wife for that year he's waiting?
Yes, he said that. The moon after that, we should suggest the Muslims after.
We can wait.
Yes.
Huh?
No.
One at a time. One at a time.
No, nobody have to say nothing because what you're saying is not right. So we won't even deviate. Hold on, man.
Shemai?
Hold on. We're not even going to go there because whatever you say is not correct. So let's go to the scripture.
The answer now, you ask him what we can to us.
You see the simple things.
What's that? Or to us any man there. Say, Obawa, in that you know, the looking for Inisia. We can push me, and we can push me Bassa. We should cut a fee. And now, we said, into the ma, I feel room. As you, but a man go to. While we'll be safe for account because that man feel will be sound that will be good match and our feet. Until we said, but I'm going to my work be safe for a Canadian man. Until you have my Bible and Mancasa. Until where for Bible.
All right, Brian, what you say? Let me hear you.
Okay.
I don't take questions. You know that.
No, but what I'm saying, when you ask a question, can they have a wife the year? My request coming into the truth, I think yes, because if you cannot go to the woman during the time of the pregnancy and a year after, what happened to the man?
And it's a good point too, because do you know they tell you if a man go for a year without having sex, his rod will not work.
Come again.
If a man go for a year without having sex, his rod will not work.
Wait, Shaman, one at a time. Answer now, and I wish you be dancing all kind of massing. No, my mammy.
And even woman too, they tell you that woman will dry up too.
No, oh my mammy, so all the as I'm to do, on all the photo to do there. Only I see me there, so up and there. So about for never smell bassa, which may see those ashi. That's a looking into me in this year. Being able to obey it, and say one no when I bring me there. No, no, but the man. She said, being Onya, or back for free. Come, no back from one to me in every she why you don't want it. And said to me in IDP. And I had okay, not to be, oh yeah, and told Papa, Onya power, or that can be moving. If you should want me there, Separama, will do, one year, near Indonesia, by a fear. Say, you know,
Can?
you want to buy? Can buy you? You
All right, so let's go to the scripture. Read it, Shamak. Leviticus 12, verse 1.
Leviticus 12, verse number 1.
Read. Listen. It's in the law too. It's a law. Read.
Leviticus 12, verse number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Leviticus 12, verse number 1.
Okay.
Leviticus chapter 12, verse number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Mm-hmm.
Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a woman have conceived seed, and born a man child, then she shall be unclean 7 days.
So meaning, if the woman have baby today, normally the woman, she might bleed after. So that bleeding is still like she in her period. So if you read Leviticus 15, I think 19, it tells you when a woman going through her cycle, she's unclean 7 days. So when the woman gives birth to a boy, she still go through that cycle because she's still going through her cycle now. So she's still unclean for how many days?
7 days.
Read on.
According to the days of the separation for her infirmity, shall she be unclean.
Read on.
In the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised.
So you see that? This is law. So now we're going to come back. Just going to do a roughly run through. So if the woman have sex, have baby, and the baby is a son, the woman is unclean 7 days. And look how important it is. After 7 days, now she clean. What she should do? She should bring the child to the priest or the elder for the circumcision. And what day?
8 days.
This is law. We're going to come back. Read on, Shaman.
And she shall then continue in the blood of a purifying 3 and 30 days.
So now she should continue in the blood of her uncleanness. How many days?
3 and 30 days.
33 days.
Ah.
If she have a boy. So 33 days and that 7 days is how many days? So look at that. So if a woman have a son, she can have sex when? 40 days later. Read, hold on, Deacon. Hold on. Read on, Shamak, verse 4.
And she shall then continue in the blood of a purifying 3 and 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
She shall touch no hallowed thing,
So she cannot go to the temple, touch the menorah, anything like that. Read on.
nor come into the sanctuary
Read.
until the days of the purifying be fulfilled.
How many days that is? 40 days. Read on.
But if she bear a male child,
If she's a maid, meaning a woman child, and the word woman means to serve.
that's right,
So the Bible says you have a daughter, she's a what? A
Maid.
maid. Read on.
then she shall be unclean 2 weeks.
Unclean how many weeks?
2 weeks.
So it's not the same. So for the son, her purification is 7 days.
That's right.
For the female, it's how many days?
14.
14 days. Read on.
As in a separation, and she shall continue in the blood of purifying 6 days.
A score is 20 days. So she's going to be unclean technically how many? Plus the 2 weeks. How many is that? 80 days.
60 plus 14, 2 weeks is 14.
Yes.
80.
80.
66 plus 14.
That's 14.
78.
That's 14.
Right? So now, the Bible tells us that after 80 weeks, after 80 days, the woman is what? When she be her daughter, she's ready for what? Intercourse again. So 80 days is how many weeks? 3 months is 90 days.
2 months, 3
Right? So now, just for layman term, because I don't know the answer you get if any doctor ever give to you. But I asked actually to Google what Google said. How long should a woman have sex after giving birth?
Most doctors recommend waiting 6 weeks.
How many days is 6 weeks? 42.
1 month, 2 weeks.
So read it again from the top.
Most doctors recommend waiting 6 weeks.
So look at that, Deacon. Most doctors recommend a woman should wait 6 weeks before intercourse again. Read on.
After giving birth, to have sex again.
So you giving man a year. The Bible gave us either 40 days or 80 days. The doctor recommend. Yes, I are. Hold on. I want you to.
But in Jamaica, we're not about 6 weeks.
I heard 3 months though.
3 months we are.
I heard 3 months. I grew up here 3 months in Jamaica and in America. I grew up here 3 months. But 3 months would be random in terms of the 80 days. Right? So now they said 3 weeks, 6 weeks. Read on.
They say this allows for general healing
Mm-hmm.
and for your body to recover from specific birth-related issues,
Read.
such as vaginal tear.
So if the woman tears, she slit, etc. In terms of sin, the vagina can heal itself. And it do it quickly. So even in the medical field, they give you a close date pertaining to where. Where did they get that from? But I want you to read something else. Hold on, Deacon, you might come in. I don't want to come in now.
Yeah, okay, let me come in.
All right, go.
It's as a mission honor. What's that? They will be saying, "No, them that I feel young Bible name a Bible now. Oh, yeah, Yamina Samanankasa, on Kasa.
No year.
Say, I tell you, say, Yamina Sam Kasa. In Yipan Nasim Biani on Kahum, in see, ya also, Dama, I wish to say, Yeke, in the Yeke, one of my call Leviticus, chapter 12, verse number 1. Yet, now, a right cassette, most dead. Ahano, or me you there. In ye po, ye Moses Nella, in ye, a yard and an no Moses na ye give the water blessing, or ye 2 miles to 2 Haman or island, or cassette. The Yeke, I won't show the man. Cassette is a money there. Sir, or Barbie, Nisan, no, Obina, or no one so, Ara, in this son, no, she said, be seen all, Obina. No one's foundation. The book is done there for now. Now, I say, in that is one. Damn there. No more until war that's a book in the room. Now, there are also our channel. One for no, never being, I say, don't find never being no Kitia. Okay, I say, there are also our channel. One can never be in Nicosia. But I say that in can I say, verse number 4. I said, now, Uncle into my denim. I did this now in their bassa war. Now, who got Buddha, no, Ama Unca at the Concon Biela, it is so on back Concon Bia, Sled, and who got and then every duana. And I say, it's a doubt or doubt opportunity to the Banaco, who could say, Nemo Bessiano, no one to Walla in their son, a bassan. That is 33 days. Then I'm 33 days in the show. Or the name is Shana, or we not want to, or the Bacam, why in there, that is 40 days. The Minion be sending to Mbapon, but I also begin. We said be sent one to listen to and go home. Into so by the man, no 2 child. 33 days past 7 8 days now. 1 week we come more 40 days. If you have me, I'm find it, no way or 2. He put our castle. Yami knows. So I will begin now. They say, I will begin now. They done that. Now, if you do weird, what's so cry? Now, if you ever be safe, now 5 months. No one say, oh. Babesia, on no one so ara and depend again. Also say who be here. They may be no one to depend on. Be here also baby. The pen grab come wide, the penny gate. The dam the penny gain so. A bacan and that the son a bassa, the mother a gate. That is 33 past 33. Obey 66. I feel them the penny being the Baba the pay in that the same is why in that I in that book go for watching. Into the middle watching or just I will be here. I feel the middle of you are but I don't mind it. With none and all my task there. I feel say your warfare. I will be said, Asana, who can go to my home, I will be in or you die if you're not. I feel don't want to. I will be set up in that if you're watching, and son, I want no. Oh, ma, not say young, say, yes, young, say, indeed. Will be asking, young figure as a name more or the reality they put to be doing. You know, my years a share. One, I bet from 10 there. Then and one can say, we are in the poor country. No, I'll share no city. If a doctor said what they have to dinner, what we are seeing them, was it? So we see what one can be, and I be here. In our tree is here. No, I tell us, if what to my over to my then, or you could is here. I'm not telling them, they may be one, not then the middle, you know, I didn't with you. On the way he pushes you. It's a one I really said, it is all by the man. Never makes me be can't, which will be bassa, which may see an affair. And only them not today. I would have my final. When you did being over to my town, the matter. I won't want to say on one assembly you could have on your can. So that.
Done? So y'all get that, right?
Yeah.
Because I see people with 5, 6 children and they never know that the Bible speaks about birthing, intercourse, and stuff like that. Read the meaning for me of birth, Shaman.
Birth, the bringing into existence of a separate life.
So do you see what the word birth means? Read it from the top again.
Birth, the bringing into existence of a separate life.
So you're bringing somebody into existence from where?
Separate life.
A separate entity. You're taking somebody from the spiritual realm and put it here. Some of the questions still cannot answer in terms of the difference between a male child and a female child. When you read somebody into opinion, they tell you that a male child is easier to conceive than a female child. Yes, say yes. Do you know? How many?
My mom told me.
What your mom tell you?
Yeah, conceiving me in Lizara was easier than
Than them, I bet. And then she wonder why they give her a problem in these last days. You see that? So I never give birth to YAHAWAH, so I'm is that true, man? You don't know. So ain't Deacon? They never check. But Shaman says his mother tell him that Ian Zarak was better than the 3 rebels. Renegade. 3 of them. 4. YAHAWAH is there. 4 rebels. So you see, because yesterday I was asking Sister Lakas, like, which one gave problem? And she was shy to say, so I understand that one too. Right? So, so these are the guidelines. So the birth mean what?
bringing into existence of a separate life.
Of a separate what?
Life.
Read on.
Although this is accompanied by rending pain.
By what?
Rending pain.
Accompanied by rending pain. Read on.
There is no evidence that such pain would have occurred had not sin entered the human race.
Read.
Where pain in childbearing is a part of the curse upon Eve for her sin.
So you see that. So you go through that pain because something that you all decide to do. Adam never left you, but the Most High never forget to put judgment on you. Read on.
This pain is so uniquely severe that in 9/10 of the 40-odd uses of the word travail in scripture, as a woman in travail,
Read on.
it is used as a figure for intense suffering.
Intend what?
Intense
So
suffering.
that's why in Ghana you are seek in terms of the life and death situation. Because to give birth depends on the type of child. It's going to be intense and it's going to be suffering. That's why the Bible tells you must obey your parents. Because what a mother do to carry you on this earth, listen. But your father have to contend with your mother to bring you on this earth. Listen. Read on.
Apparently, the ancient Hebrew women went through travel more easily
Read on.
than the Egyptians.
Look at this. The Bible dictionary, hold it up. It said the Hebrew woman go through childbirth more easily than any other woman in the world.
Oh.
That's why they have to have a agenda to kill your children. Read that piece again, Shaman.
Apparently, the ancient Hebrew women went through travel more easily
Mm-hmm.
than the Egyptians. The day of one's birth is.
So you see that? So let's read the Bible and see what did the Bible speak about that? What scripture? Read Exodus 1:19.
Book of Exodus chapter
Read
1.
it from the Old English.
Book of Exodus chapter 1, verse number 19.
Read on.
And they said to Pharaoh,
And they said to,
Pharaoh,
read 18.
Exodus 1, verse number 18.
Take up that verse.
And the king of Egypt sent for the women,
The king of Egypt sent for who?
for the women,
Read on.
and said to them,
Mm-hmm.
Why have you done this? And let the male children go on living.
So you see that? So even in Egypt, it was an agenda for them to tell the midwives to kill the Israelite baby.
Ah.
So if they were doing this in Egypt, what are they doing in the Americas today? Why Africa child losing rate is so high? Read on.
But the woman, and they said to Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not like the Egyptian women.
What did they tell Pharaoh?
The Hebrew women are not like the Egyptian women.
Read on.
For they are strong.
They are what?
They are strong.
Read.
And the birth takes place before we come to them.
So that's why Sister Bernard could give birth before she reached the hospital. That's why Sister Emanuela could give birth before they reached the hospital. That's why Moses was able to be escaped. Because by the time they know the woman pregnant, when they go, they don't see no baby. Where was Moses? A proper child under the bed, not saying nothing. Your pa would be there crying for milk. Bad girl, bad girl. The boy will just be there quiet, chilling, waiting on mommy and daddy to come. What would the girls be doing? Giving problems.
That's right.
Do you see that?
Ah.
So the Egyptian woman tell Pharaoh, the Israelite women are stronger than us. The Israelite woman don't have children like we have children. And all nations know that except who? You. You don't know that. That's why when you go to the hospital and they ask you a question, they turn fool. You're answering, you do everything they tell you to do. Because they're setting up, devising way to kill a child. When the Bible tells you, we're different. Right? Read verse 19 again for me, sir.
Exodus 1, verse number 19. And they said to Pharaoh,
Mm-hmm.
because the Hebrew women are not like the Egyptian women.
And you have to know your worth. You have to know your difference. Because you are the only one can bring real king on this earth, prophets on this earth. But you don't know that. Or some of you don't care. So you see, we lose so much. And even today we're worrying about the white man when we have to come back to our foundation. We have to have our own children in our house. Or if we even go into the hospital to have our children, we have to make sure our people is around our children.
Right?
Ask Shara how many travels she have to travel to reach the hospital when I'm in there and woman in there giving birth. And one thing she always said, just let me know. No matter how tired she is, when I look at when I see the Lexus pull up, and Shara when I run come up there. And I said, thank you, how I'm safe now. And this is what we give God thanks. And that was in the midst of Babylon. And as soon as she come in with her rank, she take control. If somebody did lie down, she make them sit up. She pull up the bed, and they sit up in this position. Then you see the baby slide out. You see the head slide out. Then you see the placenta jumping up. Later, you have to witness that meeting. You have to witness that. Right? And you see a new life coming in the earth from somewhere else. And when that life comes, you pray, you say psalms, you anoint. And that child is safe. that child is protected. And that's the duty of a mother, of a father and a mother, to protect that child, to show him the difference between good and evil, for that child to make it to the kingdom of God. Because just imagine, the Most High make a curse where woman might go through severe travail, severe tribulation, severe pain and anguish. But yet you have say everybody is one. When the Egyptian come and said, you, the black woman, is stronger than us. The white woman know you is stronger than them. The Chinese know you is stronger than them. What kind of God is that? Make it harder for some nation, but easier for this nation. So that's why I could be in my house that Monday night, and I get the call that Sister Emmanuel, I have baby. And if I was in America and that happened, the first thing I would have done is take the baby to the hospital, right or what? Sister Emmanuel said, no, the baby eating, we're okay, we'll go tomorrow. Ask any white woman if something like that ever happened to them. Or Chinese, or Amitic woman. And she never reached the hospital the Tuesday morning until about 10 o'clock in the morning. She wasn't even hurrying to go. So that entire baby could born and be home and never have to go there for nothing deacon. Because the Bible said the black woman is stronger than any other woman on this planet. And that's why it's agenda to kill you. That's why the Bible tells in Revelation 12, what was happening? The dragon was there to kill the child when the woman gave birth. Didn't the Bible tell her that? And all when you quote Revelation, when you read dragon, dragon is one thing. Because Job tell you who a dragon was. And that's why Bill Gates makes so many vaccines to give to China free. Won't give China food or money, but we'll give. Won't give Ghana food or money, but we'll send vaccine here. And everything affect what? Your child. So you read Revelation 12, what it said? The dragon was there to devour the child as soon as the woman gave birth. And you read and you just want to be so religious. You don't get the meaning. Why is this happening? Why so many black children become artistic and retarded today? When I growing up, I never knew what artistic was. I never see nobody retarded. I never knew what it was. But all of a sudden today, all of these things happen. Right? Read on, Shaman.
And they said to Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not like Egyptian women.
Read on.
For they are strong.
They are what?
Strong.
Read on.
And the birth takes place before we come to them.
Read.
And the blessings of God, of YAHAWAH, was on these women.
Look. Read on.
And the people were increased in number and became very strong.
And we the only one that do that. Do you know that Ghana is the youngest country in the world? You never know that, right? Ghana have more young people than any other country in the world. So you have so many young people. What is it? They make it harder for you. The last 3 years, how far did dollars go? It jumped over 15%. So they have to do something. I hear they have commercial on radio now, Deacon. I hear the girl come on and say, I don't want to get pregnant. I don't want my parents to know that I'm getting pregnant. So they're advertising a condom or some contraceptive. But the young girl was there saying, I don't want to get pregnant now. So they were giving the details, what she must do, what number she should call because she don't want to get pregnant. But if you don't want to get pregnant, don't have sex. That's the only solution. If you choose not to get pregnant, don't have sex. Because a lot of you running down this world is full of evil devices. Because the worse when you don't understand the herbs, when you don't understand childbirths, to take care of children, feed children, if somebody else doing it for you, your children will perish. So that's why one thing with me, I listen. We have Barack, 65. Ben, either 63, 64. Ash, 64. And I see these brothers, none of them have diabetes. None of them have high blood pressure. Because Barack is big in the herbs. You understand me? Even a problem my first son did have. And when I went to Barack and tell it to Barack, Barack knew exactly what it was. I was like, damn. And most of the herbs, even cancer healing herbs and stuff, I get it from Barack. And Barack have what? 6 to 7 children. So all the way he deal with his children, I look at that, and he will never ever take them to that. The mother will more take them more than him take them, and the mother not taking them either. Because there's a herb for everything. Right? I tell you already why me and Barack on the phone discussing herbs. Just a whole class of herbs. So when I take those and I apply them, and I said, listen, all you my children, this is it. It's up to them. I'm not forcing none of them. So even in that, you have to know, you have to choose. Because I see all of you taking formula, giving your children. My children are born in America. They never drink the formula, Infamil, none of these stuff. Ever. I'm not giving it to them. My daughter started to drink one named lactogen or something like that in Jamaica, and she was hard bone. She drink it, she couldn't poo, she was hard bone. So when I see that, that's when I start to research. You understand me? And then when I see that rice milk is good, and the goat milk is good. If I even mention to her now that she used to drink goat milk, she set up her face, she said, you. Everything was goat milk. Goat milk morning, noon, and evening. And then with that knowledge, when I go to America, I have children there, my sons, all goat milk. Never give them, and guess what? In America, they feed their children. It's free. Y'all never know that, right? We have a program in the WIC program. So it's a book like this with checks. So every month you get one. And you get on it everything what the child needs. You get bread, eggs, cheese, milk, everything. I used to go to the supermarket myself. People who want it, I give it to them, you take this and you give me $50 or $100. Take everything. Because then no, I'll take the money and I'll go to Walmart, and that's where we used to buy the goat milk. They have it in formula. It's even selling down. 1 GG, you'll see. They have it in formula, and they have the raw milk itself. And that's what my children do. So if you don't want to have children and ready for that responsibility, don't have sex. If you have sex, 90% chances you're going to get pregnant.
Oh,
And when you do get pregnant, if you abort it, that's a sacrifice.
that's right.
Because a lot of you don't know that. Abortion is a sacrifice. You're giving your child to Molech. When YAHAWAH said, don't give a child to Moloch, Moloch is whose God? The Moabite God.
Oh.
And the Bible have a problem mentioning it. So I have to research it. I say, what's Molech when the Bible said they're giving their children to Molech? And I see it was abortion. And there was a ratio in Ghana, they said 72% of young girls have abortion and the parents don't know. Because y'all know bush and stuff what to take. In America, you can go to any hospital and get it done without even your parents know. But in Ghana, you have all kind of bush and everything you can get. So now you sacrifice that child to Molech and you forget about it. So you forget about it. Does God forget about it? No. God don't forget about it. So if you choose not, wait. You can go.
Eti dem awo mo hihye ya ye kan wasiri ena eda de twi de seru se yi nyame ahye da ma na nkofa ye hwe bibi no man for tun bi de ye hwe Exodus chapter 1 verse number kare kan 19 of bibi ye twa dum ko ye hya si 18 ne ye hwe se de before nyame amahin bibi sonko kra ye hwe wa wo hihye muku na ye tumi fa nyame no bibi afa sense wa da ma ya dwene efi nyame ne brother na se bibi ado Exodus chapter 1 verse number 18 yete asmo ho na me sha so 17 no na awogifo no suo nyankopɔn na wanyɛ dɛ mbrɛ Egypt ni no hyɛ wɔn no na mmom wɔgye mmarima no nkwa 18 na Egypt ni no frɛ awogifo no na ɔse wɔn dɛ ɔyɛ ne nti na ho ayɛ dɛm ade yi na mmom agye mmarima no nkwa iyi na awogifo no se fɛro dɛ osan dɛ Hebrewfo mbaa no wɔnte dɛ Egyptfo mbaa na wɔn de ɔyɛ pimpim na awogifo no inya ndu wɔn nkyɛn no ara na wɔawo dada ɔne dɛ ɔkyerɛ bibi ba ya yɛn nananom tama yɛwɔ nkɔsoma so Misraim asase de ɔnye Fero ɔhyɛ mbrɛ bi dɛ nkɛ Egyptini biara ɔbɔ mu bi Hebrew yi biara ɔbɔ mu biara no nkyɛ sɛ ɔbɛyi na kukum na wɔn nso ana na wɔwɔ na wɔgya awo no wɔn wɔde dɛm hyehyɛ de ma wɔn dɛ sɛ ɔbɛn dɛ wɔka gya awo a na ɔyɛ Hebrew ni bɛyi biara ɔbɛgyina awo biara wɔde wɔkum nti ɔsɛ na dɛm nkɔfo no so ɛna ɔde musuo nyame nti mɛnyin hyɛ ma wɔn wanyɛ nti ɛnyin wo de no Hebrewfo mmaa no bebree wɔn bɛ wɔ a wɔn de wawo mɛnyin na wɔsɛ wɔn ko na ɛnyin bi sɛ na ɔyɛ dɛ na mehyehyɛ mmerɛ bi mu de wɔn na ho ayɛ ndɛm ɛna mmesiafo baabi a awogifo wɔn bɛ yare dɛ ɔhene wɔn te dɛm o yɛn yɛn ne yɛn wɔn awo na emu Egyptfo no wɔn yɛ den wɔn na wɔsɛ wɔtie pimpim obi na ɔka na asɛm bi dɛ wɔn na tie sɛnsɛn wɔn nso tie sɛnsɛn na wɔn gye tie pimpim kyerɛ wɔn yɛ den nti yɛn nya yɛn du wɔn na ne bu dɛ yɛ ka wɔn awo na wɔn awo dada ɛna ɛdɛ bɛyɛ dɛ nse yɛwu ɔte dɛ sisi yɛ wiase yɛwu ya yɛwɔ amaama mfunu wɔyɛ wɔhwɛ do dama amaama mfunu wɔn na wɔayɛ yɛ dama hospital na yɛn bi sɛ yɛwɔ dɛ aso yɛn na nanom no keka na awo na wɔwɔ no sɛ dama hospital na wɔ ɛndɛ wɔkyerɛ dɛ biribi a yɛkɔ hospital biribi a yɛkɔ hospital awo aba do ne nyinaa efi yɛn bi a yɛn wɔ fie yɛ dɛm na wɔkɛte na dem na wɔkyɛ ne yɛ wɔ fie o yusu ɔno ma yɛ mesafo no fa wo wɔyɛ dem ka fa kesi a nti yɛ hospital yɛ dama awo a mo wahyehyɛ dɛ mo wɔngye na awo na kwan bi a wɔfɔ dɛ mo wɔde wɔde yɛ yɛmba no wɔde asɛ wɔn nti ino na ɔde fɔtu bi tutu dɛ ɔn ne papa mpanyinfo bi na ne mpanyinfo wo dire yi bi 66 bi 65 na bi ɔyɛ mu a ama na yɛ utu mu ayɛ dɛ wɔ America o nye Ghana ha nye bibi me ma America mpo ɔwɔ otu mu emu dɛm agye nti dɛ ɔbɛma ne yɛ pa wakɔ hospital na emu onyim habandu bebree a ɔno na yame da me he ɔno ɔde me nyɛ so bibifo a yɛtu yɛ dɛ yɛ amesiafo wɔ yɛ yi na ada na ndɛ yɛ diri nya ato nkyɛn yɛ ma abɔfo yɛ daadaa yɛ diri nya ato nkyɛn na bibi a kyerɛ hospital na dɛm hospital na yɛ kɔ nyinaa nyimade wɔ hyɛ mu ansa na wala nti ɔsɔ ɔyɛ ne dɛdɛ dɛkɔ ofia wɔ frɛ dɛ tìmɛrɛ wɔ ayɛ dɛ waawo na ɔnka ti so a asɛmtɔ ɔte dɛ wankɔ wɔ ayɛ dɛ hospital ne mu ayɛ dɛ na ɛlɛ gyina mu amu firi ɔsɔ yi nhyehyɛ nyankopɔn dɛ ɔda ama nye ni bufo ampa so ɔyɛ nɔkɔ eyi bufo nti bisɛ dɛ ɔsɛ gbonyi na ɔntum ko kyane ɔntum dɛ dɛma besie ɔtum na ɛlɛ gyina mu amu firi mpo mo tere obi said us oh afana bo wede wa wo ma afana ko didi tere na bo onye ni suro bo de de mpo ma hospital no kwa no onye na anhu betwe ade chin be oyu emi adogo na ansa na ode afana bo de ode hospital nti de ma di nyina oya ma di na bibifo ne sisi ani de ma de de ma bo fana da de ni na twinchen nti nde yi sere bo ni yantu a ose mi ye fi the same thing oye won de yes se so banati so apaso na legend ho awu fi ansa na chiro to hospital oye hyehyɛ nyame de mahine bibifo oye de ma ho na nyame de bibifo na ɔno na ho abɔfo no wo fa kwan bi de wo be use kwan bi na wade wadi ndundu na ho wayɛ wo da sɛyɛ men de ye suro ko da mpa yi sɛ ne hospital ana so ya ko hospital yi de bibi be ne opportunity na check ye for yakopana comment bi ben wo ede oboto yen say na mi din dundun na na de da me na wo bi say na fa e bibia bibia yakopwa ka se butuma de ho awofi say dire e na bi ni mo ede tete bi what mo ho on the bia what put now to what do what kuno obukum because in dun na wo ni wo ni ma da wo ede di wo yi de biti na se mo ko to fa kakrai nti bisia wa twedo amen.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So y'all understand what's taking place, huh? So brothers, you don't have to wait a year. Most of these women just hate us, and it's natural. All right? But the Most High love us. You see that? Even when the man is born, the Most High says a lighter sentence. The Most High said boys conceive easier than the female. Why y'all give problem in the underworld and in the living world? Why is it? Solomon was trying to find out, and Solomon said, Israel, I cannot find it out. Even in birth, you give problem. You left your mother womb, you get a husband, you give him problem. Why? Then you all want to find a nice man like Jesus. See? Work on yourself. Can? I never write, you see, sometimes people think I write the Bible, you understand me? But that's why I said, when I study it, I'm amazed at the things that I see. Like, this problem is from Genesis, it's not from now. So get me the book now, go in the New Testament, get me Luke.
Okay, as an add a book of Luke, or can't give it we
Luke 157.
Luke 157, I say Luke 157, you comparable. Now, add a nigga say, well, shall I say, oh man, Shabbat way, dictionary. No, we said that I will have it. I will not say it's accident. He said, one now, okay, kind of 1 million there. I will yet, you may there. Today, Nipa Elmer Nipa beside if be baby, the year walk every unanswered baby acid. Into Oma, no one said, oh yes, and I know said the thing. And now, the man one hour watch your baby indeed, they say, what catch there? Honestly, any of full baby acid. About for you, be. Now you only know coffee, baby. I shall say, now I shall say, only there, or see Nipa and June. And yes, you say, I'm not no waffle. It's not no waffle, they, it's shabby this one, and Daminci. I won't put a babble, I think of food because a bread. It's also a bread, or yet, you know, say. It's a problema. Yet they be one, they know they be, or yet to say, when I eat it. A bread, or into or the first will be saying that, okay, it's a damn break. Don't be even well, your mom will be your ban and Berman. And I be saying it. But the may share the bread, Nina by your crana. You know, 2 men there. Nina, Yapper. You see, or be said, in a YAHAWAH. Benny, no, you be here, now we need the noise. You internet to bread. And now, a better, so Mark Yan will be okay. When you know that I want to catch another two. Never I made on wow, never my women who there. Wow, me for no Miss Apple. But Miss Apple, what's a blessing? It may fool wow. This is not there. It may fool wow, I know book a crescent, Miss Apple. And I had a kind of puzzle. You can name me, Dabana, in different watch a day. Me from wow, no, or book a crescent. Me for the young say, you can precept in Exodus, Leviticus chapter 12, verse 1 to 7. It makes more time. I didn't see the beginning of now. Nation, and after the 3 days, not March. Never said on what now. The outrage did now 66 days, and son no matter. Tell them home is from woman. Problems Sanka since no my woman. The Martin did. What do you tell you? A woman, the Martin did me there. One way you get woman programs. Into none of them, wow, so, oh, yes, and Cheney, I will be there. Problem a confusing woman, why? This is a car, my bank account.
You tell them it's for confusion.
Dimension.
That's why every man happy when they have a son. All right, get Luke 1:57.
The book of
Luke chapter 1, verse number 57. Now Elizabeth's full time came that she should be delivered. And she brought forth a son.
She brought forth a what?
A son.
So listen this now. Read on. And let's see if you're thinking.
And the neighbors and the cousins heard how the Lord had showed great mercy upon her.
Read on.
And they rejoiced with her.
So look at this. She brought forth a son. How old was Elizabeth? She was in her old age, right? And the neighbors and the cousins, what they said the Most High did to her?
Showed her great mercy.
Showed her great mercy. So at her age, what was easier to be delivered for her at her age? You don't think, look at it like that, right? Even Sarah, she was 90 when she conceived. So for the Most High to show her mercy, what was the easiest option for her to conceive at the age of 90? So now, read it from the top again, Shaman.
The book of Luke chapter 1, verse 57. Now Elizabeth's full time came that she should be delivered.
And what time was her full-time year, Zaman? 9 months.
A year.
A year. You want a year. What's wrong with it today? Lion, bill her for me.
Oh.
Something is wrong with you. The full times, Aisha? Huh? The 10 months. That was her full time. The only reason the doctors then get 9 months, because the doctors start to count from when you miss the period. But technically, you're the only one and your husband could know when you get pregnant. Was the doctor in the bed with you that night?
No.
Hold on, man. So if you and your husband lie tonight and you get pregnant tonight, the doctors will not count from tonight because they will not ask you such question. But when the period don't come now, then what happens? The doctor asks you, and then they start count from them. What is it?
My doctor even didn't start from that time.
When he start?
They started, okay, right now, if you do the scan, your first scan, give you the accurate time. So, like, after 3 months, it gives you that we are this specific weeks and days. So they said some people give birth in 38 weeks. Either 2 weeks.
Listen, I'm not going to put down those things before we beat to the today.
So I think they
Don't put them in the garbage. You too.
Most people don't get to 40 weeks. Either 38, that's why they take it out.
That's why they average 36, based upon your food, what you eat, and your body. Because when the child is 26 weeks, the child is fully delivered. The child can live at 25 weeks. They call those premature. But it depends on the father and the mother in terms of how sick and how well the child will be. And the intent on the Most High too. A lot of baby was born premature. And they grow long time. You understand me? So even that, it's still in terms of their checking. And even the scripture we might go to in Proverbs. When the baby ready to come, there's nothing you can do. Because as of Shamak read what birth means, is somebody coming from a next existence to a new existence. So when that child says, I'm ready to go into this wicked world now. And the Bible says when they give birth, everybody should cry. Because child coming in this evil world, there's nothing can stop it. But the Bible tells you it's fully a 10 months period. 10 months, not 9 months, not a year. If the child going to take a year to born, you're going to be like Moses on the Dead Sea. Right? So you will not be that. So what we read here, read it again, Shema 57.
Luke 1, verse 57. Now Elizabeth's full time came that she should be delivered. And she brought forth a son. And the neighbors and the cousins heard how the Lord had shown great mercy upon her.
So meaning the baby wasn't hiding. Everybody see the baby. He wasn't under the bed.
Nope.
He wasn't walking around with him cover up. And he go and tell you why. Read on.
And they rejoiced with her.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass that on the 8th day,
And the what?
8th day,
What happened on the 8th day?
they came to circumcise the
No
child.
problem. And they came to what?
Circumcise the child.
So on the 8th day, they bring the child to do what with the child? To do what?
Circumcise.
I will catch you, don't worry. They came to circumcise the child on the 8th day. So on the 8th day, guess what will happen? Everybody gonna see the child. He was not in captivity. Like how deacon stay when I hide Shamak. Even today, Shamak still scared of people because you're hiding him. Right? So the circumcision was a law that Isaac was the first one to be circumcised on the 8th day. So every Hebrew Israelite child, male, should be circumcised on what day?
8th day.
Right? Read on, Shamak.
And they called him Zacharias, after the name of his father.
So you see what happened? Because the father could not speak. Because it's the father's duty to name his child. So what the mother said, no, since this father cannot speak, I will call him the name after his father, which is Zachariah. Read on.
And his mother answered and said, Not so, but he shall be called John.
Read.
And they said unto
And why
her,
the mother said John? Because the angel told him. And John is just mean Yawanatan. Right? Read on.
And they said unto her, There is none of thy kindred that is called by this name.
So you see that they give your children name after your kindred, just like Hanan. All these children have Levite name in the Bible. You have some Judites, all their children Barak. You have Balak, Barakba. All these children have Judite name. Shazania, that's Susanna. You understand me? Barak give all his children Judite's name. So now they said, none of Zachariah lineage are poor parents. And why they do stuff like that? I share. Let me see if you're thinking. Huh? Correct. Regeneration. Do you understand me? So like you see this child, you say, okay, Matatua in flesh. Because Matatua was like 4 generations away. So you keep the name, you keep the tradition, you keep the history. Read on.
And they made signs to his father.
They do what?
Made signs.
So now, this is at the circumcision. Who was at the circumcision? The mother and father.
Oh.
The mother couldn't say, it's my child, and go do what he choose to do.
That's right.
And the mother might come and say, okay, this child named John, whether you like it or not. So you see, sign language was here a long time, isn't it?
That's right.
Read on.
And they made signs to his father, how he would have called him.
Oh, the father would have what?
Called him.
Because, so who named you Richmond?
I think both.
Deacon, who named Shaman?
From what I heard,
Yes, tell me, because they're not going to tell me. You tell me.
my name wasn't Richmond.
Eh.
And the Richmond was given to me by Aisha.
By who?
Aisha.
Hey,
So they make somebody who come in this earth giving problem name you.
He said he's not familiar with the name, so he should change it to Richmond.
I know you're poor, you should be that.
I think so.
Because I go to my bed and I dream that I was rich, and when I wake up I try to go back to sleep. And I still can't go back to sleep. Right? So now the father, they have to make sign to Zachariah, like, do you agree? Do you confirm with this name? Right? Read on.
And he asked for a writing table.
And he asked for what?
Writing
So
table.
even though Zachariah never understand what the sign means, so they have to get a whiteboard.
Ah.
Read on.
And wrote, saying, his name is John.
So Zachariah write on the board and say his name is YAHAWAH. So you see, your baby ceremony take 3 months, 4 months down the line. Foolishness. You bring the child to circumcise. The man who could circumcise the child, he need to know what the child name is. Madness. Read on.
And they marveled all. And his mouth was opened
His what?
immediately. His mouth was opened
Because
immediately.
he did what the Holy Spirit and the Most High wanted. Because the Most High said, Gabriel tell him the baby should be John. He's questioning Gabriel. Gabriel said, keep quiet. So it was, right, Khan?
God.
My understand. The CMD thoughts. Can I ask you a question, Mama? How long was Zachariah dumb for? Huh? Did you say 9?
No, I said 10 months.
Well done.
No, 10 months.
Well done.
Mother pregnant.
Well done.
Gone.
So a lot of people old school,
10
you know.
months.
School catch a fire and they throw water on it.
Yeah.
Old school.
No.
Debbie. Debbie, you. Read on Shama, 65.
Verse number 65.
Mm-hmm.
And fear came on all that dwell round about them.
Read on.
And all these sayings were noised abroad throughout all the hill country of Judea.
So you see that. So everybody was talking about this. And listen, this man was dumb, could not speak, and as soon as the child born, he what? He speak. Jump to 2 verse 1. Hold on. You want to come in, Deacon?
Let's say go on.
2 and 1, Shama.
Luke 2 verse number 1.
Mm-hmm.
It came to pass in those days
So read on.
that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed.
So you see that. You paying tax now because of Caesar. Right? Read on.
And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria.
Mm-hmm.
And all went to be taxed, everyone into his own city.
So just like when I say children, you have to do exam, they have to go back to their hometown to do the exam and all that. When it's time to vote, you have to go to your hometown to be voted. So this was what was happening. Read on.
And Joseph also went up from Galilee.
So Joseph was living where?
Galilee.
Which tribe land is Galilee? Aishayar. Judah. Stand. Zamar. Stand. Shamar. Yapar. Which tribe land is Galilee? Huh? Which tribe land was Galilee?
How about tribe of Massa? That's not a Galilee.
She speak English. Deacon, you see a problem? Go. Zebulun. Because it was by the ocean. So because they migrate from Judah to the land of Zebulun, sit everybody. Because they migrate from the land of Judah to live in the land of Zebulun, just like Cape Coast is not for Fanti. But Fanti migrate to come here and take it over, you see? So it was the same thing. So what happened is they migrate from the land of Judah to Galilee. So when it's time for taxing, what they have to do, they have to travel back from Galilee to the land of Judah to pay their tax. Come? Here we go. I've been waiting. Appointment. You grew big the last time I see you. Welcome. Thank you. Shalom. Right? So read on, Shammai.
And Joseph also went up from Galilee, out of the city of Nazareth.
Out of the city of what?
Of Nazareth.
Read on.
Into Judea.
Into where?
Judea.
So he traveled all the way from Zebulun. And why did he live in the land of Zebulun? Zamar. Why did Judah migrate to the land of Nazareth? Because when the 10 tribes leave Israel, the land was just open space. So everybody was trying to migrate all over the world now. You understand me? The 10 tribes wasn't there. So they just moved. So it was in Nazareth, right? Read on.
Unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem.
So now, so it shows you that Joseph was of the righteous line of Judah, meaning the king. Joseph was supposed to be a king. So he go right in the city of David. In where? What was David sitting? Bethlehem. Read on.
Because he was of the house and lineage of
He
David.
was the house of lineage of who?
David.
Read on.
To be taxed with Mary his espoused wife.
So you see that? So he went up to be taxed. So now he's going to be taxed. You have to tell them his position, what he have and everything. So when he went to be taxed, he went with his who?
Espoused wife.
Because Mary was given unto him.
That's right.
So by then, what did he do now? He took Mary from Elizabeth, because Elizabeth gave birth already. So Elizabeth was how many months pregnant more than Mary? Aishaiah. Keep standing. Zamar. Well done, 6 months. You're almost smart. You and your 3 months. You see your forehead? Look like 3 months. Sit. What's wrong with you? You see these simple things? So now, by the time now Elizabeth gave birth, so at this point, John the Baptist was 6 months already. So now, Mary couldn't be around, so Joseph have to take her back. Can? So now Joseph going up to Judah to be taxed. So Joseph, both Joseph and Mary have to walk all the way from Galilee, from Bethlehem to where? To Judah. Mayana, how many journeys is that? How long is that journey? Stand. Stand. You was just answering Isaiah 1. I know you know it. Yeah? Yeah. Not from Bethlehem, from Nazareth to Judah. Stand.
3 days.
Keep standing. Mayash.
I don't know.
Michaela. They don't know why I say never issue. How will you see this woman is saying that this is correct? Michaela. Mayan. 2 days journey. Because when YAHAWAH was 12, they make the 2 day journey. I never teach you that. Sit. 2 days journey. Because when YAHAWAH was 12, they make smart move, man. I want to teach you well. Now you couldn't teach yourself that. Right? So read on Shabbath verse 5.
Verse number 5. To be tagged with Mary is a spouse wife.
Read.
Being great with child.
So at this time, Mary was being great. With what?
Child.
Great with what?
Child.
Sorry, time was at hand. She was walking with her hand on her elbow.
Right.
When Joseph put her in the house, she said, I'm uncomfortable. I can't sit this way. Dada, you know a lot about this, right? Leave me alone, Joseph. I don't want nothing to eat. I'm hungry. I need chill water. I don't need chill water. So she was giving Joseph all the problems. Joseph was like, YAHAWAH, if Gabriel never come to me, I'll put her in the house and beat the ass up the hill. Do you see?
Yeah.
Read on.
And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered.
She should be what?
Delivered.
So it goes. So finally some rest now. So the day is accomplished. So she were going to be delivered when? On the way to pay tax. In the time of tax season. Right? Tax season end in America on April 15. And April 15 in America is the last day you can file your income tax. Do you understand what I'm saying? Tax season closed in America and in Europe on April 15. After April 15, you cannot file tax until the next year. And if you don't file the tax before April 15, guess what happened? They charge you. Do you see? So he could not give birth after April 15. When they do the history, say, born, it will be the first day of the 4th month, the 1st month. You born on the new moon, that morning star, that light, it was the first day of the 1st month he born. Right? Read on.
And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes,
Read
and
on.
laid him in a manger,
Read.
because there was no room for them in the
And you
inn.
know what the major represents? Zamar, major.
And we this one. She said,
I'm waiting, mom, you're smiling. Okay? The upper him.
No, the good one. Basement. They're like the basement of.
You just born to give problem on this earth. That's the only purpose, to just give problems. And do what you're not told. So the major is a basement of an house. Do you see that? And did you research it when I teach it to you before? Alright, read on.
because there was no room for them in the inn.
Read on.
And they were in the same country shepherds.
So you see, I'm going to show you something. That he go in and he go out. Jump to verse 21.
verse number 21. Luke 2, verse number 21.
Read on.
And when 8 days were accomplished for the circumcision of the child,
Read on.
his name was called YAHAWAH.
So when did Yahawah get his name? But the parents didn't know it before because the angel tell them. But for them to bring him to Simon, they have to tell Simon have to know who is he circumcising deacon. Do you understand me? So on the 8th day, his name was made public to who? To the entire nation.
That's right.
Right? Read on.
Which was so named of the angel before he was conceived in the womb.
So you see that? So even before he was in the womb, the name was there. So with your naming ceremony here, I don't understand it. Right? Read on.
And when the days of purification, according to the law of Moses, were accomplished, they brought him to Jerusalem.
Read.
To present him to the Lord.
And what was those accomplishments actually? Sit. Hold it, Shamak. Go back to Leviticus 12, verse 6. Because a lot of robbing God. And I feel it's because Sister Yawana never gave his accomplishment, they couldn't give him so many problems. Leviticus 12, verse 6.
Leviticus 12, verse number 6.
Mm-hmm.
And when the days of purifying are fulfilled,
Read.
for a son or for a daughter,
Read on.
you shall bring a lamb of the first year.
Shall bring a what?
A lamb of
So
the
we're
first
robbing
year.
God now. We're robbing the Most High. Most High said when the purification, when your 40 days is up, or your 80 days is up, you should bring what? A lamb.
Ah.
Read on.
Of the first year for a burnt offering,
Mm-hmm.
and a young pigeon,
And a young what?
pigeon,
Read on.
or a turtle dove,
Read.
for a sin offering unto the door of the tabernacle of congregation unto the priest,
Read on.
who shall offer it before the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
and make an atonement for her.
Read.
She shall be cleansed from the issue of her blood.
Read on.
This is the law for her that hath born a male or a female.
Read on.
They shall be not able to bring a lamb.
You cannot afford a lamb. Read.
Then she shall bring 2 turtles.
You shall bring what?
2 turtles.
And when he said turtles, it mean read on.
Or 2 young pigeons.
Read.
The one for the burnt offering, and the other for a sin offering.
Read on.
And the priest shall make an atonement for her, and she shall be clean.
So did Mary and Joseph bring up this to the temple? So you see, brothers, if you can't buy a lamb, sit your ass down. Right? And sisters too. So go back to Luke 1, Luke 2 and 21 again, please.
Luke chapter 2, verse number 21.
Mm-hmm.
And when 8 days were accomplished for the circumcision of the child,
Read on.
his name was called YAHAWAH.
His name was called what?
YAHAWAH.
Read
He
on.
was so named of the angel before he was conceived in the womb.
So because the angel come and said, you're going to have this child, did Joseph and Mary still do the laws? So why Christianity say the laws of God done away with? You want to come now, Deacon?
Okay.
Or the 40 days? What did you
1 week, when you give birth, you have to stay indoors 7 days. So I think the 8 days, that's when you come out with the baby. That's why you say we are hiding. We don't hide it. And I ain't know it. Right, that's how they do it. After you come out from the hospital, you have to stay indoors.
We never see that in the Bible.
We're trying to follow, but someone is doing
Well, okay. Right? You ready, Deacon? Are you on the continue?
Okay, I continue.
All right, continue, Shaman. Verse 22.
Verse number 22. And when the days of purification according to the law of Moses were accomplished,
Mm-hmm.
they brought him to Jerusalem
Read.
to present him to the Lord.
So you see this. So after the 40 days, when the mother clean now, because Yahushua was a boy child, so it was 40 days. They brought him to where?
Jerusalem.
To present him to who?
The Lord.
Priest. And they bring the doves, the turtles, or the lamb. I don't know what Joseph got. Right? Read on.
As it is written in the law of the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
every male that openeth the womb shall be called holy to the Lord.
And this is why we have to still do these attributes. You understand me? Christianity want to use it as christening, but this is more of a ritual than a christening. Because this, when this is known, you have to let the child know why you keep doing it. Do you understand me? So that's why by the time YAHAWAH was 12, he was in the temple doing what? Ministering unto people and listening. Read.
And to offer a sacrifice according to that which is said in the law of the Lord.
Read.
A pair of turtle doves.
So all this in the Bible, and the Christian pastor said the laws of God done away with. Oh, it is there, deacon, and the law of God is done away with. That's why when I travel, you know, I took the prayers with all my children and when I go to Zion. I came back, I bring water, I wash them and everything. Because that was our custom. So some of us forget our custom so bad that we inhabit other so-called culture and custom, but is it helping us? That's the question. If something works, I can't have nothing to say. But if it's not working, we have to come back to the guideline of this Bible and do what this Bible said to do. And like TOGATHER have a pair twin now. Zamar stand. TOGATHER of twins. Stand TOGATHER. You have a boy and a girl. What's the purification process for TOGATHER? Because that those questions asked among us. You and Rabulat, I heard you was smart. So prove it. Huh?
So you go with the ladies and the man
We go with the what?
the girls and the boys on different people.
Well done. So we still continue. So you're kind of smart. You can teach it well. So you have to go with the girl for the fitness process. If the Bible ever said that, Shabbat want to go at 20 days. Right? So you see, so with everything in the Bible, it's guideline how we live. But I'll be honest, I never slept with a woman after giving birth in the 40 days period. Right? I never do the 40 days when I work. I always wait 3 to 4 months. Late 3 to 4 months. Yes, I never do the 40 days. Regardless it's a boy or it's a girl. Because I guess no, most women, the body have to build back properly in terms of they're not the same as our woman back then used to be. They don't eat the same. They don't drink the same. You understand me? Because just like you eat a lot of banku have no nutrition for your body. Maize have no nutrition, so to say. You understand me? So your body development is different from the people back then. In terms of, back then our diet used to be protein. We eat a lot of beans. But even Jacob, when he was cooking and Esau come, what was Jacob cooking? Zaman. Huh? I cannot hear you. Who you want to call for help? Sister Mayan, they ask you for help. Mama Mayan, I'm Mama Mayan. They ask for your help. Lintel stew with what? With bread. Pottage with bread. And stew what?
Four things.
I'm asking you, I want an answer. And what else? What kind of meat? I'm going to charge her. Didn't we have this conversation already, Awa? And I asked her. You remember Deacon?
Yes.
What is the meat? I never tell her to say, did I?
I did miss what the bread when I answered the question at the time. I didn't
No,
say
if
pottage
you say
stew.
that no, then, and what?
I did say pottage stew.
What is a pottage stew?
Was it goat meat, Venison.
Venison. What animal is venison?
Yeah.
It's a deer. It was deer lentil stew. Right? So just imagine that. The lentil stew itself is over 70% of protein. And the deer itself, the bison itself, is over 90% of protein. So just imagine the amount of protein on that plate, along with what? Bread. But the only difference was where that meal was. Guess what else was in that meal? Who want to guess? Blood. Remember, it never cooked properly. And guess who take it and eat it? That's why they come with a rare meat. They want it rare. So in the bite, they could still see the blood in it. But our father, they tell him it's not cooked. So if you see the difference, when the mother cooked the same food for the father, the Bible said it was well done. But Esau never took his well done. Do you understand me? So even our eating of it this time, it's different. So a lot of people out there can say, a woman must give suck to the baby for a year. If you're not eating properly, you cannot accomplish that. Do you understand? There are specific foods you have to eat for the woman to carry much breast milk. Aisha, give me one food. Cabbage. Cabbage is man-made. That's the only thing you know. So you see, you can have a problem with. How you going to produce milk for your baby if you don't know? Mash kenke. Kenke, what make kenke? Maize. There's no vitamin in maize. Nuts have protein. Nuts have protein. But for the mashed kenke, I don't know if it works, I'm not sure, but I said maize have no nutrition. You have Mayan, for the milk to flow, give me a food that you eat to make your milk flow. Michaela. Hi, Sharon.
Roasted corn and
Roasted corn.
see the soup that they can
But hold on. Soup is good, but roast maize? I never heard that before, because maize have no protein. Huh? Yeah, so how could that make your breast? Yes, protein. So if he can mention the soup with fish, meat, protein, and the next thing is even eggs is good too. Eggs is good. Egg is all protein. So you need that. You see the differences? Some children is big, some is puny. Puny means small. That's the difference. So for the mother to produce that milk, to have it flowing, if you want to breastfeed for a year, you have to have your protein have to be circulating in the body. Look at any animal out there. If the lion don't eat meat, the lion will not have milk to feed his dog. So as I said, when you're pregnant and go to America, they'll give you a list of stuff what to eat. And salmon, the real salmon, not the one you have here. Salmon is 84% protein. They tell you eat a lot of salmon. Right? They tell you eat a lot of chicken. They don't say steaks. They will tell you turkey. They tell you to eat a lot of protein and kale. There's a vegetable named kale. Kale have a lot of protein too. So you mix your meat and your vegetables. You understand me? Then you produce milk. Then that milk, because whatever you eat, the child eat. So even it's a natural way in terms of your eating habit too.
And so you, it's not only protein that gives you, because then the vegetarians, what do they do?
I said vegetarians too, but have you ever seen a vegetarian child?
Yes, when I was attending him.
When I was attending him, and I will assure you, most of those people who say they're vegetarian, they hide their eat.
Yes.
No, some only give their children egg. Some of them only egg.
But the egg,
aside
but I
that-
said egg is a natural protein too. Egg is good.
I said that and some children look like egg.
But even, and you said children, so we was talking about baby. So even if you feed these children and just beans, they will look chubby too. If they just even eat beans, baked beans, try this, red,
Yeah, that one too.
if they even eat red and an egg, they won't be up there.
Red.
And the doctor came out and said beans is not
What they said, Mariana?
The doctor came out and said beans is not protein.
Some of them, because some is man-made. So if you eat chickpeas, Shamai, chickpeas, and which one? Lima beans. It's about 3 beans that is real beans. Even red beans they say is man-made.
It's not protein.
They say even red beans is man-made. Some of these beans are man-made. Yeah, they say that the safest say red beans is man-made. All right, so let's finish up. Shama, continue. Shama.
Verse number 8. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the
No,
field.
you're in 20. 24. Yeah, 24.
Verse number 24.
Mm-hmm.
And to offer a sacrifice according to that which is said in the law of the Lord.
Read on.
A pair of turtle doves,
A pair of what?
turtle doves,
Mm-hmm.
or 2 young pigeons.
Mm-hmm.
And behold, there was a man in Jerusalem whose name was Simeon, and the same man was just and devout.
Same man was what?
Just and devout,
Read on.
waiting for the consolation of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And the Holy Spirit was upon him. And it was revealed unto him by the Holy Spirit that he should not see death before he had seen the Lord's Mashiach.
Read.
And he came by the Spirit into the temple. And when the parents brought in the child YAHAWAH to do for him after the custom of the law, then took he him up in his arms
Mm-hmm.
and blessed YAHAWAH and said,
So you see that? So all the child is supposed to be blessed when the mother and cleaners is stopped. So that's why I always said, I tell that many times, the wife's supposed to be here with those children. So when her uncleanness up, they have to be what? Blessed. Just like Sister Donna, he came with number 1 to be what? Blessed. Sunday I hear Sister Emanuela call Deacon, because they all know I'm not going to nobody else to bless nobody. Because people in Ghana, you all are privileged. And when I use the word you all are privileged, you want me to leave my house and my business to come to your house to bless your child. Where have that ever happened? When you see how many day journey did Mary and Joseph take for YAHAWAH to be blessed here? 2 days journey. And when they finish, guess what they have to do? They have to walk the hell back. But some of you here privileged, you call, Elder, can you do this? Can you come? When I went to visit Sister Emanuela, she said it. She said, are you coming to bless the child? I said, no. So when you're ready, you come to the school. That's what it's here for. Because do I charge consultation fee? Do I charge transportation? Hey, then come to the school. We could do a proper blessing in the place where it's set for. Right? Read on.
Lo, now lettest thou thyself and depart in peace.
So now, you see this? Even Simeon now understand that one. It's time for him to go. So do you see an accept that? So he would be one that somebody quote earlier, I think Mayana, that is sleeping. So he's going to just rest now. My grandfather thought about death like it's a hobby. So now I understand him. Because from my grandfather at a certain age, he tell me, I will not plant no more trees. I said, why? He said, I will not live to eat of it. Not every day and say, I want to go. October 5 coming is 104. He said he want to go. So he talk about it like a habit. So Simeon, no, he was one that was sleeping in the earth. So, oh, Michael, we're going to call him Ash? Blow the trumpet. With that sound of the trumpet. Didn't he tell the Thessalonians? Paul tell the Thessalonians, when that trumpet blow, all who is sleeping gonna do what? I rise up. And the Bible says some of us going to go in the year to meet YAHAWAH. While YAHAWAH coming down, some of us going to go there to meet him. Right? Read on.
But Lord, now lettest thou thy servant depart in peace, according to thy word. For my eyes have seen thy salvation.
My eyes have seen what?
Thy
So
salvation.
this is a man that loves his nation, not himself. So he said, I see the salvation of who? Israel. Read on.
Which thou hast prepared before the face of all people. A light, verse 52. A light to lighten the Gentiles.
A light what?
To lighten the Gentiles.
And who is this Gentiles talking about? The Israelites scattered abroad.
Ah.
Because no, they want to see this light to come back to where? To Israel.
Ah.
But the problem is, you want the light to be in your house for Christ to come in your house to look for you. Have you ever heard that? The pastor and calling Jesus like Jesus can come to you. When Moses have to go find him in Mount Sinai. Even when Israel was giving Moses problem and Moses in the wilderness, Moses still have to walk all the way up to Mount Sinai. But you think Jesus is coming to you because you're privileged. And if somebody tell you no, you're offended, you cry, you want to sleep, you're emotional, it's okay. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. So last week I showed I come here with those 2 scriptures. She give me a headache all week. I'm wondering if she's going backwards. But this week she kind of redeemed herself.
That's right.
And then we have a next problem up there. You see? They just want to give me problem. So sister, you want to should I bring 4 turtles up for that one? 4. Right? You all give extra problem. Because woman will always say man is a problem. But whenever the table turn, I know certain sisters today watching, they want to tell me, Elder, is man write the Bible? So I will ask them, what about the book of Ruth? When Ruth called Boaz Lord, and Ruth bowed to Boaz. What about Esther? When Esther gave all rulership to Mordecai, her uncle. Right? What about Susanna? What about Queen Deborah? What about Miriam? They still subdue to the leadership of a righteous man. Right? Read on, Shaman.
A light to lighten the Gentiles and the glory of thy people Israel.
Read.
And Joseph and his mother marveled at those things which were spoken of him.
And everybody, because I've been to naming ceremony here, and I hear the pastor talking about what this child going to do and all this stuff. And everybody smile and laugh. But words is serious. Because you see, whatever word you put on that child there, because when you want that child to be a ruler, that child going to have a lot of enemies. Do you understand me? Because both Mary and Joseph know YAHAWAH destiny already. That's why Mary never leave him. They know what his destiny was. So if he's going to be all this thing for Israel, they know this child was a sacrifice. And they accept it. Do you know YAHAWAH rebuked Peter, that Peter never wanted him to die? But have you ever heard YAHAWAH rebuke the mother for not wanting him to die? That's why YAHAWAH look at Peter and say, you don't stand for the things that are of God. So why YAHAWAH never say that to the mother? How much mother would say, don't go teach, stop it. But they say, everywhere YAHAWAH go, guess who was there with him? So when sometimes YAHAWAH have to run to the desert, guess who was there? And one day the mother don't say, Jesus, stop it. Don't go there today, Jesus. Why that never happened? Because right away here, they know what it was like. Because I go to naming ceremony here, oh, the child might be this, and it might be this. No, you want the child to be hated. How much people hate Nana in Ghana? More people hate him than people love him, right? But the same people who voted for him, they were happy for him, right? So do you see what I'm talking about? So be careful of the blessing that anybody bestow upon your child. Because what Simon is saying here, he said the rise of Israel, and he said the fall of Israel. And he said the parents marvel, they smile. And they have to accept the fact that this is it. Read on.
And Simeon blessed them and said unto Mary his mother, Behold, this child is set for the fall and rising again of many in Israel.
And I know they never understand. How the fall is the temple and we going to be in captivity. And the rise again is going to come back and call us all back from this place. Do you see the blessing that Yahweh shall get? Some of you here get better blessing than this. Do you know that? Right? Read on.
And for a sign which shall be spoken against. Yea, a sword shall pierce.
So you see that? You see a sign that shall be spoken against. Meaning a lot of people is going to speak against it. That's why the Bible said they do what? They accuse him. Right? Read on.
Yea, a sword shall pierce through thy own soul also. And the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed.
So you see that? What did they push in the side of YAHAWAH? And just imagine the mother stayed there and watched that. And 3 days later, guess what the mother was doing? On her way to go bury him. Some of you would still be crying in the morning. You'd be in what? What you'd be in? Black and red. Won't you be in black and red?
Yes.
And when they show up at the grave, what was the angel in the evening?
White.
Fully white. What did YAHAWAH bury him? Fully white. But you'd be in the black and red still crying. Listen, for some of us, this is our destiny. For some of us, we don't see the white man kill us. Do you know why we said that? Because he would make us a martyr. If he do that, he don't make it look like what we're saying is the truth. So he tries best to ignore us. Do you understand me? So that's why YAHAWAH said, you cannot kill me, but what? I gave you my life. So that's why we live a life every day in terms of whatever the Most High made, let it be done. Do you understand me? We don't live a life with fear because we know exactly where we're going. See, England going to be at war. They came out, they said, it was in the BBC press. Within the next 3 years, England said we have to take Russia and China out. Because why? Russia and China be building every day. They be more multiplying, there's more people, more weapons, what will happen? So when the black man in Ghana, when they come for the draft, no. 3 years time, they're going to be ready. They would sell them in slavery, right? They would pick cotton in slavery, right? Remember, America age for drafting was 14 years old. They said they can draft your child 14 years for the military. Because why? You can peel potato, they can do stuff in the kitchen. While the grown man that was supposed to be in the kitchen would be out in the field. So the year was 14 years they said for draft. When Obama came, Obama take away the age limit. So there is no age limit for draft. If they need you, you have to go. So who going to stand up against that? Who going to tell a young black man in Africa to sit your ass down? Because you're going to fight for something what you don't even know what you're going to fight for. Commonwealth, how many Commonwealth countries are there? Nikeda. My gosh. 16. 16. Mayan, they say Jamaica, Guyana, Canada. Mayan. 52. That's your homework for this year. Commonwealth means you're owned by the British. Ghana is one, Nigeria is one, Jamaica is one, Canada is one, India is one, Pakistan is one, and Barbados cut off. Trinidad is one. There's a lot of countries in the Caribbean. So no matter, we ain't no different from it. You owned by the British, guess what? We owned by the British too. And I know France have their own segment, where France have Côte d'Ivoire, Togo, and all these countries. So remember, England and France is alliance. So if England going, the people in Togo going to laugh at you, go to war, but then France going to call them up too. Because I said, no war is fair. Because England population is 60 million people. So 60 million people population. How many people in that country are soldiers? Then China now have over 1 billion people. China reserve alone is more than all the population in England. So what kind of fight would you put up there? What kind of threat do you send? Do you have nobody to fight these people? But they have you. Africa is populated. How can we? Because an attack on the young black man in Africa is an attack on the nation. How can we get rid of these young men? How can we get rid of these young men? That's the question. Send them to war. Tell them when they go fight freedom, we'll take them back in England. They have you set. Some of you well want to go there anyway. So they just tell you what to go be a slave. And then they might put you on the front line to die. World War II. Did they do the draft in America in World War II? Yes, they did. Nobody never watched a movie about Muhammad Ali? When Muhammad Ali said he was not going to war, what did they do? 4 years in prison, seize his bank account, take away his championship, ban him from fighting in America. When he decided saying not going. Elvis Presley went to war. So America was uproar. Why Elvis Presley can't go to war and Muhammad Ali says he's not going to war? Muhammad Ali said the Vietnamese. It wasn't World War II, it was the Vietnam War. Muhammad Ali said the Vietnamese never did me nothing. Muhammad Ali said, when I'm hungry in America, you the one starving me. When I'm naked, you the one not clothing me. When I walk on the street, you the one harass me. What the people in Vietnam did to me? When he said that, you have other black people rise up in America. They put him in prison 4 years. When they let him go, the only country give him a license to fight was Zaire. Remember he come to Zaire and fight in Zaire? No European country give him a license to fight. He couldn't fight in no European country. Canada turned him down. America banned him. Brazil was trying. The Portuguese shut it down. It was Zaire. Yes, they changed 3 years later because they put sanction on them too. So 2 years later, because they changed 1966. Muhammad Ali was here in 1964. Zaire, the kingdom of Zaire said, come and fight here. And when he went there to fight, that's why Congo is the poorest country in Africa now. And Congo has more resources in Africa more than any other countries. And in the 62, the Congo was known as the kingdom of Zaire. So when we have to tell people what is coming on this earth, what do you think our destiny is? So we choose. And with that, I say Shabbat Shalom. Hallelujah. If you want to say nothing, you can close it. That's it.
We can't our son, but we in I now I go to the yeah. We need to be food. The baby why I didn't. I go full island. One and be ahead and all the more. Yeah, say yes, we say one being an addition. She said, I got the whole my dinner. I'm not saying that I'm not something said that to be maybe a gamma or 2 what only Yaminas. Answering what we are doing, said, if you never now some only this year. I mean, I issue the year now. I want the better chain. the Bible down, on your Bible, yeah. That's us. On your Bible, or if you see, Yahoo, near Papa there. If you are in Nigeria, the man, the time will do you know, any crop. What's it? Gallery, if you call. Another is called gallery, gallery for Nazareth. Ye coincidentally, indeed, be not a country. Indeed, be not a country. If I did, I know what the component was of an hour in Puma. In Echo, it's indifferent. And you are made to say a company keeper. Japan obey. Japan bay. Yet, and I'm only an answer, more than to that. And my answer, if you could be a friend, Brahman, this could be valid. Brahman could be valid. Obey there. If you come and listen. Say, said, if you pass me up at the park, say, no, can say, Brahman, you can't. That was quite a very 81. Break it down. You can't answer that. And then you pay. It's a day I don't want. Also, the mother, yes, say, oh, yeah, I'm bringing. You can't put it. Nazareth, a gallery, you call Nazareth. Okay, you will be a person. Now, so you do it. But then that, it's not going to be there. Joy and over there. In there, we are seeing him. He said it's never that. See you are when a shop, never go him. When you come up, now it's a Bible room. When you tell more than look, we say no more for 2 benefits. This a benefit. Now I can order what the back. The young know the
Why so much noise?
As I say, we say no order the back. When I only a minimum, more working here. The way it is what the man. Nemo, a big soften freeze near them on coffee, near them not. Or down was the back. And now, a bunch of hours, so if you know, if you say today, my Bible not and then time would dream. The time to the yet, soften or we can say what is the baby, or the bar, so if you don't know that soften be said, you will be honestly a bra. She said, don't walk, but if you are put on and what can answer your head. Yet, it's a church was better saying, you are 12 music. It's in a year before man, the main one, it's a before you cry. Because you are not of France, said I. And since Yahweh would be educating, being the same, you can't go to the furniture. When you tell my order, you could be here. And then it's a now so Bible.
Maybe teach you a car, maybe I'm for car. Take a pretty bunch of hair. We are going to pin a car or 4 car or car here, a pretty bunch of by National Hay. Also, for Jesus, let me say, the name Jesus never went in, what a car on Fisher. People say, well, how Fisher, papa. It's a one to us until you are you cry. It's in one to us. It's a thing that you will buy books or Bible. Fan out for that. So to buy no business. Can't walk on or when I mean now or buy some. Now, so you are people better man watching. Well, I bet now China was it or what they believe in man. Now, I would now know what the believe in man. Say, being out there, now what you here. Say, you train the man. It's I miss Bibia. Don't know the 10 and there, or then by there, it's the me. Over here, you go bring you to you. Now, upon no corner. You would have been the main era. The banana blocker. And then, the assassin said, I would do not fighting. This way, as I'm talking about when I am out, it's in the area that it's going to be there. Then I'm saying, if it is a history, then I will find
I mean, until when you second you. You said it's not a time because of catching it, Yamin or catch it, Moses is there. Can never change that man. As you said, this is 1 year, this is 3 months, just so far. I wouldn't go, I wish you said I would be to bend the end. To be sent in you, or better one of the Uncle. You see, the evening I had 2 hours a day. On them, to be now, there might be a minute you don't know where you. Obey I answer, you look me at an idea, I did to you and
No,
I thought you wanted
I have fought for the cities a day. Can't bear the yesha or the same and the
What's she saying?
They will make a kawaii and also 2 years and not a week no way.
Oh, no,
They say you 80 days. Let me fully 40 days. So I don't want Canada. Younger say you will be so precious. You have one son and also there's a 1 year you could always be coming out with someone like
40 days and 80 days, would you want to know?
40 days, no, 1 month. 40 days, no, 1 month, you find a bed up to 2 weeks. And now, 80 days, so more for very 3 months. And then we had okay, the only the Obutu is sick for BB to the bed 4 months. Because there are 4 months. So then we see now one the case, come off from you. Was powerful for Damina, or come out from you to best son, need the best and be as a son. It's bare on whom there, only I dream. Oh, the bear 54 months was the one, and then be I read no mark. But my Bible, no, Yamina, some not a chain there. On them, I will be in an abbey says we were fine. When I'm not going to know today, you know, you want somebody. Easy, I want to know when I meet no there. There might be no one to the margin or nothing. Only say, Yamama, what I tell there. Say, be now 40 days. No, just have been said, why free? I said, there with the share book with the share. Only say, whatever as a cadet, I can say, yes. The moment we are so I a poop or a father, and what else was it 2 years or no. But Yami, that's what it will be now. 40 days, not to be said, no more to a good man in Asia. Be 80 days. I tell no more to a good man in Asia. It's ye and bra out to be how I can say, Madame. It's I mean, I used to go tell you, one now, or the other, the uncle see. I did the action or 1 inch. I did the other day. It's not a trust of not one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you boom. Only I mean, you get it, what it's sent to me. What the can you? I mean, I'm even with you, Moody. Who will be there by the year. Only ask. You didn't see. I did see a day. On that note, we will make a question to about.
So how long this is the man that stay home?
Is it, sir?
She spent more than 40 days.
Yes, she stay more than 40 days.
So you wrap the Mosai. Mosai give you 40 days, you do what you choose to do. When did Sister Emmanuel have birthday? May or June?
Okay, Monday coming is
27 May.
Monday coming is 8 weeks.
No, hold on, Deacon. June, 30 days. July, 30 days. That's 60. So she should be ready. I think she have baby the 9th or the 10th of May. 27?
We are counting.
27. Okay.
We are counting.
Okay.
So normally they call me and they will start counting for.
So the baby born when? June 20, May, June. Dada, when you have baby?
21st.
I mean, you have baby 7 days after you.
So 28.
27 years when? I like how you count other people, but you don't count you. Okay. So everybody get it, can? Any more questions before we go? Yes, Sister Young. I think your days a purification movement. Go, you never can tell. You get the next girl in that age, something around there. Luke 1:59. Book of St. Luke 1:59. Read it, Chairman.
Luke 1 verse 59. And it came to pass that on the 8th day they came to circumcise the child. They called him Zachariah, after the name of his father.
What is that?
What is it?
Amen.
And his mother answered and said, Not so, but he shall be called John. And they said unto her, There is none of thy kindred that is called by his name. And they made signs to his father, and how he would have him called.
Consider for action Jesus. He said, yeah, but choice him. David never seen Jesus.
I answer Lisa, and I want to be because I didn't hear.
It seems that what to Jesus. Look at pay nice more.
What sister you want to say?
The question, because this I don't think this question, because she's saying that if with this, when it was time for them to do the circumcision, before they did that, they give the name John, and they were saying like, in the kindred of the father, there's no name like John, so they should change the name. So she's standing up to say that why do they call the name of YAHAWAH Jesus? Because in the genealogy of YAHAWAH from David coming, we had no name like Jesus. So why are they giving the name?
So that's why it was YAHAWAH. That's why it was YAHAWAH, Joseph, Yawasa. Because who else in the Bible named John? John is what tribe name? Simple. What tribe in the Bible carried the name John? Man? No. Man? No? Is that right? A what? Oh boy, what happened? So listen. Who was David's best friend in the Bible? What tribe was he from? See, I said some of you not thinking. At least you know David's best friend. So John was a different, he come from YAHAWAH, from Saul's son. You understand me? So when they said to him, none of your kinsmen, because remember Zachariah was Levi, so it could be from Levi. When they said none of your kinsmen, you understand me? You look like Marshall, Aran, those names, Levi name. You understand me? Eleazar, Levi name. So when they said John, no, the angel said, call him this. Just like with YAHAWAH. YAHAWAH, YAHAWAH. YAHAWAH. Do you see that? The name match up in the lineage. Yeah. Just like all the prophets' names, most of them. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Obadiah, the Yah. We keep the Most High name with us. So as I said, everything that we do from the beginning to the end have to be important to us. So that's why we mention about death and burial. And you see how Simon was ready to go. Before we start the class, we discuss about sleeping. Y'all ask who are sleeping and what the difference between sleeping and death. You understand me? So everything play a part in a portion, and depends on where you are spiritually with Most High and that specific time and occasion. You understand me? But as brothers and sisters, what we have to do is practice the 2 greatest commandments. What are those, Mayash? The 2 great standpoints. He was going to church. I met him inside Presbyterian wherever he was going. What is the 2 greatest commandments? What do you mean you don't know? Makeda? That's the second one. What's the first one? Yes. 6. Yeah, 6. What are you doing? The Bible said, you're Israel. We say the Shema every day. Shema Yeshua YAHAWAH Alanawa YAHAWAH Akkad. Hear, Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. We shall love the Lord our God with all our might and all our soul. You understand me? And then the next one is love your neighbor as yourself. So you loving your neighbor, you don't steal from your neighbor. You don't want nobody to steal from your neighbor. If your neighbor hungry, you feed him. Right, Zamar? Don't hide the food. If your neighbor hungry, feed him. You don't steal. You understand? You don't tell their false witness on your neighbor. You don't do unto others as you want. And all of those, YAHAWAH said, when you fulfill those, you fulfill what? All the commandments. Because how do you fulfill all the commandments? Because you will not covet one another. Because a lot of you have covetousness problem. And it's a worldly thing. You look at some, that's why I was hearing here, I come to Ghana and I heard that when people are pregnant, they don't mention it because if somebody cannot have a child and somebody pregnant, they will do some harm to that person. That's covetousness. I never hear about nothing like that before. You understand me? So you don't covetous your neighbor. You don't rob him, you don't steal from him, you don't bear false witness to him. If he's naked, you clothe him. If he's hungry, you feed him. All that is love. But maybe it's because of the environment. But in general, togetherness is hard here. Maybe tribal war have something to do with it. And I think they keep the tribes there for a specific reason. Because the tribes have you separated more than anything else in Africa. Because I see people crossing the border going into America. And when they cross the border, they get a hotel to stay in. Hotel. They get food, shelter, everything they get. And I see the Liberian leave Liberia, come here, and you call them refugees. Our African going to leave one African country to a next African country and he's a refugee. Because you have visas, you have so many barriers here to stop your fellow brothers from coming here. I go to Togo every checkpoint. They asking me, am I Nigerians? Because they hate Nigerians so much, and the Nigerian hate Ghanaians so much. That's when you see somebody else that's not you, you have to be a Nigerian, you have to be a Ghanaian. This is what separates and destroys a country. Even in Ghana today, I remember Magan say, I don't like Ashanti. You remember that, Rafa? You remember that? Magan say, I don't like Ashanti. To hell with Ashanti. And I can say to hell with Fanti too. We want, right? You understand me? The Ashanti king is no more important than the Fanti king. Look at the world of kings. When you look at the world of kings, the kings in Africa are the worst. They are the poorest. They want to assume the most power. That's right. And the question is, they don't have no kingdom. Because they own people, they're eating and their people starving. Do you think I'll bow to the Ashanti king? You've been out here, I would rather die. That's right. Because I seen you something. It was in America. No, it was France. Since recently. And they were showing it. And when he came, his car pulled up. And some of his own people was there to greet him. And when his people was there to greet him, they dress up in the yellow and green kente, is it kente? And they were outside the car dancing and everything. And he came home, somebody opened his door. And when he came out, he just walked past them. And he went right ahead and greeted the white people. He was in England. He was going to the museum in England. And he walked right past all his people and shake the white man's hand and go in the museum. And the person that do the video is Ghanaian. Ashanti too, because they don't like it. They talk bad about it. And the person that do the video show King Charles in Congress. Because when England changed presidency, the king have to be there. So how England do their ritual, what happened is a king will send a representative to the House of Parliament, and the Parliament will slam the door in the House of Representatives face, meaning the country, the Prime Minister run the country, not the king. So Prince Charles came, he after came to the house to declare power to the new government. Prince Charles opened his own, King Charles opened his own car door in Beacon. He opened his own car door and he come out, everybody hand in shake, go inside. The opposition, even the people, and he went to greet there. And the person said, look at the king like this. The king of Great Britain, no Commonwealth countries. And look at this black man up there, half naked. Do you see the difference? Just like a king is not a king for a tribe, but a king is a king for people. So even with the political system in Ghana, they talking on the radio, anybody Ashanti vote for a win. It need to stop. Ashanti have too much power. And when I'm studying on it now, I get to understand that is some president do it. Because certain region was bigger than Ashanti region and the president cut it up into 4 parts. Yes, he cut it in 4 parts for the tribe to be smaller and keep Ashanti big.
Western region,
So now you see what's taking place? Whosoever have that influence to keep them that big and that powerful, it's wrong. It's wrong. You understand me? So those things ain't no different, because I see people bashing the chief in Elmina. I see most people bashing the chief in Elmina because he pierced his ears.
Hey, I'm on.
Do you understand me? The chief in Elmina is more jovial than the chief in Ashanti region. Even the Cape Coast chief. How much time we have conversation? Kawakap can tell you. The Cape Coast chief was speaking to me, and somebody go ask him excuse, and then give the man 3 months into prison, 3 months into jail. Police came for him. Yeah, then the chief was having a conversation. The Cape Coast chief, he was in his 80s. They say he's 84 because I have to ask his age. And he was 84-year-old deacon, and he came, he was asking me for some of my beer. Kawaka was there with me, mine I was there. The chief, Cape Coast chief came in and said, give me some of his beer, and man talking, and somebody phone ring. And the man go and ask him excuse. And the man gave him like 3 months in jail. Police came from him. So whenever he see me, we have a conversation. You understand me? And the Elmina chief, when we get locked up, he was at the station. Right? When we all was there at Predio, and the Cape Coast, the Elmina chief came in there and said, listen, I know them. Make sure you're not harassing them. They're my people. That's what he came in and said. He said, he know me. He tells the police that he knew me. So they must not harass us and his people. That's what the Elmina chief came in and said. And the first altercation that the Elmina chief had, it wasn't good. Because I never knew he was the chief. So we did rent a school in Elmina, and he came and said, no, we can't rent it. And I say, you don't approach things like that. You understand me? That was our first altercation. I never knew it was a chief. But we spoke when we was at the station. there. And the interaction was good. You understand me? Because a chief in Africa is not just the chief of Africa. You're supposed to be the chief of all black people. So if all black people cannot come under that banner to be comfortable under your rulership, who are you? You're not, that's